morning, babe. With us celebrating back on the main. Please, please, please get your hearties in, repost the live and tap the hell out of that screen, guys. Please, 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 let's get it done. Yes, let's let everybody know. Do you know what I mean? Smiley clips, woohoo! Let's let everybody know that Miss Reddy's back in action. Thank you, guys, for my chocolates. Thank you very much. Oh, Rossi, darling, I love that song. I'm going to play the song in a minute. Guess what, guys, as well? I can open my boxes. Woohoo! Yes, I love it. The boxes are back on this account. They're not doing anything on the Miss Red 2 account, but this one we got the boxes back. So I want you all in the boxes today, and I want to hear what you got to say about certain things. So with that being said, because I want to get straight into the FYP today, I don't want to be sat around for 20 minutes begging it up for gifts this morning. Do you know what I mean? Usually I love it, but this morning I just want to get on with the show. So we'll get up to 150k taps, everybody. Thank you, Jackie. Thank you, everybody. And also as well, if we could smash this chocolate target, that's all I ask for, really. I don't ask for a lot. And a tap. And if you can't afford to gift, just enjoy anyway and leave a lovely comment. Oh, yes, Shannon, absolutely, we love that post. Hey, good morning, happily retired. Yes, guys, so is everybody okay this morning? On this miserable Sunday morning? Everyone's had barbecues planned and garden parties and everything else, and it's all backfired because the sun's gone in. Thank you, Caroline. Typical of the English bank holiday weather, do you know what I mean, everybody? Absolutely. Good morning, Jackie. I'm fine, thank you. Thank you for asking. Is it sunny in Derby? Oh, Derby Dan, darling. Derby Dan. Right, let me get some tissue. Ah, hey, yeah. Oh, hey, yeah. Thank you for the subscription, whoever just sent that. Thank you very much. Oh, the eyes are off again, look. Oh, the sun's out by you. Can I just play my nose? Sorry. Oh, dear. Oh. And no, it's not the Colombian powder before you all start. Thank you, Tams. It's sinuses and hay fever and everything else. So out with the slanderous allegations, please. Is it sunny in Wales? Well, if you've got sun this morning, you're very lucky. Very, very, very lucky. Do you know what I mean, Jessica? It's raining where you are. Right, let's just have a little look at this. I'm sorry if I haven't replied to anybody's messages. I've been really busy this morning. Been so busy. What's this up here? Oh, yes, welcome to the Best FYP show. Team Red Assemble. Heartmies, please tap the screen and buckle up, buttercups. All the above, absolutely. If you do send a gift, guys, a chocolate or whatever you send in, the mods will give you a cheeky pin. Is it lovely on the Wirral, darling? Thank you, Chris. There you go, Chris, my darling. The mods will give you a cheeky pin. But if you do want a pin, guys, please say, pin me. Or put a heart or something so the mods can catch her. Because usually, you know, the room's so busy that we don't catch probably, I don't know, 50% of everything that goes on with you guys. But we do try our best. Yeah, there you go. There you go, Tina, get a pin. Oh, thank you, Aaliyah. Love that name. Oh, thank you, my darling. Thank you very much. Right, we've got anyone come to in this morning? Let's have a little look. Because I do love it when people come to me. Set you free. Right, guys, let's get these heartmies in, everybody, because we are just about being displayed all over the FYP. It has sent me a notification to let me know we are being displayed over the FYP. So keep them heartmies going, guys. Wristbands and popular gifts. Yes, get me all over the FYP immediately. Oh! See? First person that's come up. First person that's come up on the FYP this morning is moi. Oh, who sent that? Who just sent that, guys? That little red trolly thing. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Tams and everybody. Who just sent me that? Joey, I just seen your comment, a couple of comments up. You did not send a universe. Stop lying, darling. Joey, we'll have no trolling in this chat. Thank you very much. I'm in a savage mood this morning. Absolute savage mood. So don't even try it with me. Right, who's come to with me this morning, guys? Just out of curiosity. Just want to say hello to you, come to us. Hello. Oh, Rossi. Guys, have you heard Rossi's song, When I Play It Today? Hello, Amy, When I Play It Today. Ollie B, you did not send a lion, stop trolling. You're going to love it. Oh, thank you, Corey Wilds. Thank you, my darling. Corey, you're sending me a lot of I love yous this morning. Corey, a lot of I love yous. Thank you very much. Arrah. Thank you, Donna. Cheeky pin, please, for Alan and the Jack Russell. Absolutely, you get your pins, guys. So I'm going to be coming off about 12 today. So we're going to be doing the FYP. We'll start in about 5 minutes once we're up to 150k likes. And then I think round about 11:15, we'll open the boxes. So you get 45 minutes in the box. Just to be sure that you're not a troll, everybody. And you ain't come over from somewhere else to get in the box and tell me about myself. At least if you're going to do that, you've got to send a heart me to get in the box. I do apologise about that. It's just like, you know, if someone does get in the box and tell me about myself, at least I've had the privilege of getting a cheeky heart me. Do you know what I mean? So it's like a compensation, really. Morning, Clover, darling. Good morning. Thank you, everybody. Morning, Amps. Thank you, everyone, for these popular gifts. Well, the drama's drama-ing, isn't it, everybody? I've got loads to cover today. We'll get through as much as we can, guys. We'll get through as much as we can this morning. The iPad is pretty full. I mean, look at all these videos. I don't even know where to start. Actually, I do. I'm going to start with Rossi. 20 more K likes, guys. We are popular number 20, which is amazing. Thank you, everybody, so much. Let's have a look at the rest of the popular board. Oh, it's not a lot of competition on there this morning, everybody. Yes, there's nobody that's, you know, I really want to get up off this morning. Thank you, Ty. Thank you, Em. So we'll just do it naturally. Wherever you want to see me is great. Oh, thank you, Julie. Thank you, Totty. What's that comment? What's that comment? What, I'm new in here. Hello, Lindsay. Well, thank you for coming in and giving the room a try. I'm sure you'll love it. If not, at least we tried. Do you know what I mean? Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Tammy. Oh, thank you, Adam. Thank you very much. I do appreciate the love. Right, let's just get on with the FYP because I just want to get on with the show. Oh, Will. Thank you, Will, my darling, for the beautiful coral. Read your messages. Read my messages. What on? What am I reading my messages on? Am I reading them on TikTok? Am I reading them on the... Piss off, you! Don't make me swear on this account. Oh, Luke, please don't make me swear on this account, darling. I love TikTok Shop because I'll get another ban on it, sweetheart. Please, like, don't aggravate the, you know, the ADHD this morning. Thank you, Sabrina, for that beautiful gift. So, Luke, 42 minutes, we was popular number 3, just saying. Okay, Luke, so how long have we been on? Thank you, guys. So we've been on 12 minutes. So, guys, Luke, look what you've done now. So, guys, we have 30 minutes to get to popular number... No, actually, we've got to do it in 40. Guys, we've got 40 minutes to get to popular number 3. Can we do this, please? And tell Luke the Judge all about himself. You don't need to send lines and universes, just a heart me. We'll do some cheeky little happy face, sad face things, a wristband, and we're good to go. Who's in the box? Absolutely not. Don't request the box. Let me listen to this voice note.
43 minutes yesterday, we were popular number 3. See if you can beat that.
Well, we're going to do it in 40. Now, out. I have to have Luke on ×2. Hello, MT, my darling. I have to have Luke on ×2 when you're playing a voice note. Do you know what I mean? Listen to how fast it is. But we're going to do it in 40. Now, out. Oh, yes, okay, Mr. Wilds. Okay, darling, I'm on it. I will avoid. Alexa, play the BBC News theme tune.
Here's BBC News theme by TV Theme Tune Factory on Amazon Music.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Miss Red Show. The main account is back. The FYP morning legend. Yes. Of the news and gossip, the OG. Know all about it, yes. For those that are cam-toing me, stay affected, absolutely. Because we're not affected around these ways. In fact, since you've been cam-toing me, I've never done so well, so thank you. Anyway, guys, I'm going to start with this video. Alexa, Ailey, thank you very much, my darling, for whatever that was. It was beautiful and I love it. Good morning, Tara. Big up, Ailey.
I don't have an answer for that.
Well, good. Alexa, off. She don't even want to try it with me this morning. Right, here we are. Here's Rossi reports.
And a swipe of the screen, there's a lady in red, you know what I mean. Misread's the name and she's lighting it up with her FYP show. She's spilling the cup, drama and laughter, she's got it all. Neville Queen's lurking but she's standing tall. When the jealous ones come, they just can't seem to misread the queen. And she's living free. No misread, she's the TikTok queen. With views and support, she's living the dream.
Liz! Yes, my darling!
In a world full of chaos, she's the one they...
Rossi, I love that song, thank you very much, and I do love a bit of country as well, and I believe that every word that you sang in that song was apt. Lindsay's sending me all the Alice Airways today. Linz, my darling, thank you so much. Guys, can you MVP Linz in the chat, please? She's sending me all the Alice Airways today. We've had the jets, we've had the private plane. We're popular number 7, right, okay. Popular number 7, so we have we've got 100k guys to get to number 1, and we have been on in 16 minutes. Get in there, guys. Luke the Judge, we're coming for you, darling. Don't even try it with T-Red today. Thank you, Rossi, for that beautiful song. Guys, if you could go over to the pages that I am showing and show them a little bit of love, repost, a like, and whatever, yada, 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 that would be amazing. Rossi, you make me smile. Thank you. Right, where are we going next? Let's have a little look. The Names Luna comes live with a big surprise. Well, I don't think it was that big. I think it was like really, really tiny. Nevertheless, it was really cute. So here's Luna.
Are you ready, everybody?
Thank you, Linz.
Can I have a
Thank you,
countdown
Daniel.
from 10? Luna, you go over there for a minute. Can I have a countdown from 10? 9.
No.
8.
Yes, Linz.
7.
Alice Airways.
6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Say hello to Beatrix. This is Beatrix Potter. This is my little baby Beatrix.
She doesn't understand what she's signed herself up for. She really doesn't. Thank you, Susie, my darling. They are the cutest little menaces that are roaming God's green earth. They honestly, they look like little angels, but I tell you now, in a week, 2 weeks, a year, she's gonna regret that purchase. Do you know what I mean? I'm 14 years in. I'm telling you from a Chihuahua mum, and it's true. I'm telling you, as beautiful as they are naughty little things, aren't they, guys? Chihuahua parents. Oh, she's got a work cut out for her.
She's a little Chihuahua,
big love,
and she's
Sasha.
nearly 11 weeks old. She's not a teacup, she's a...
I've just realised Luna, darling, there's only one famous Chihuahua on TikTok. I've just realised what you're doing, and that is our Susie, darling. I've just realised what she's doing. I'm on to you, Luna. I'm on to you. Thank you, Stitch Bitch. Thank you, Aaliyah. Right, where are we going next? Actually, we've got to start from the top. Oh, hello, Dave Durans. What's Dave Durans got to say? Thank you, Gail. Absolute.
Champions, we're not the losers of TikTok.
What's she won? Did she win something, guys?
I did, Dave Durant. I won TikTok's heart. Thank you, Hayley Mum of 8, for the free subscriptions. I won TikTok's heart. Yes, I did. And I also won the Battle of the Impersonations, Dave Durant. Yes. I've won with the fact that individuals are, you know, absolutely terrorising me, and I still sit here day in, day out with a massive smile on my face. Yes, so that is what I have won, Dave. I am winning, Dave Durant. Yes.
Did she win something?
I did.
What has she won?
Win a Chinese dinner.
What's this?
Dave Durant, get out of here immediately. Right, guys, so we're going to start with the Brett drama, because obviously, for those of you that don't know, and I don't know why you shouldn't, because it's been all over TikTok, Brett Boy, let me just turn this light on. Thank you, everybody. Brett Boy got gifted by allegedly an underage person, and then it sparked off a load of drama. Thank you, everybody, for the love. I did, Donna, I won your hearts. Thank you. It sparked off a load of drama because obviously Brett had this underage gifter, or was they an underage gifter in their live, and we're going to speak about it this morning. And I also want your opinions on this as well. I'm going to have my opinion on the situation. Did I download No Face? Did I favourite it? No Face, No Case? Just let me have a look. I'm sure I did. Bear with me, guys.
Come back on.
Off the screen. You spawn of Satan.
It's been a while since I've had to do a video like this, and as much as I'm raging about the situation,
We're on
I am
charge.
going to try and keep my cool for the sake of this video staying up.
I would just like to say, guys, could you send Jadie some love in the chat, please, because she did send me a proper iPhone charger, so which means that my technology should not cut out at random moments. So thank you, Jade, my darling, for saving the day. Oh, MT, I love you, darling. I love it when my MTs are here, so thank you, Jade. Big love.
So please make sure you give this video a like, comment and a repost. Stick it on your
Thank you,
story,
everyone.
duet it, do whatever you got to do to get it out there. So let's get into this. Last night, Sophie Bailey showed on her FYP show a video of Brett Boy accepting gifts from a 10-year-old. Yeah, you heard me right, a 10-year-old. I'm not just talking about roses, because even roses would be bad enough for my mind, but we're talking about £180 gifts at a time. And what's more disturbing about the situation is that the people that were calling this out in his chat were being muted. Yeah, that's right, they were being muted for having their say and letting Brett Boy know that this was a 10-year-old. One of the people in the chat even adds this account and says,
Morning,
how old are you?
Frankie.
And they say, I'm 10
Justice
and a half.
Bramy.
Brett continued to allow and was lapping up gifts from this child. To the point that when this child sent him a £180 gift, he sat there giggling and laughing and was like, oh wow, thank you, Shelley. And let me alliterate, he knew at this point that it was a 10-year-old. The account is clearly a 10-year-old. You can go onto it, you can clearly see it's a 10-year-old. And before I play you this video, I just want to clarify that the right steps are being taken to safeguard this child. The Observer is trying to track down their parents to let them know what's going on, and also there's other stuff going on behind the scenes.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you so much, Shelley. Exactly. Just ignore it. I just hate
Guys, I've just got to thank you for all these gifts. Thank you, Dames. Thank you, Lauren. That is one of my favourite gifts. Thank you, my darling. And everyone that's sending the wristbands and heart me so we can smash Lou the Judge. Thank you so much, guys. I can't thank you all because it'll be a thank you live and we won't get through the videos, but I love and appreciate it. Please believe that. Let's listen to what this Brett's got to say. Liar, Brett!
Thank you, Shelley. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. There's so many haters on this app. Honestly, there's so many.
Oh, thank you, Luke.
For an act of kindness, there's just so many haters on here. So many of them. So many jealous people, yeah? I'm not being funny, yeah? Let's just clear something real quick up, right? Luke Littler was 17 going around gifting you.
Okay, so it was at that moment Brett knew. Oh, thank you, Lexi. Big up, Lexi. I love all the love. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Lexi. Get yourself a cheeky pin, please, people that are gifting. Thank you, Tati. So it was at this moment Brett must have noticed in his chat that there was a child gifting. You know, his chat isn't very fast, so I'm not buying. I'm sorry, Brett. I'm not buying, and I'm going to have my own opinion on this. I'm not going where, you know, I'm not going with other people's narratives or whatever other people think. I'm going to say what I think about this situation, all right? So the fact that his chat is really slow, there's not a lot of comments left. There's not a lot of comments that he has to kind of like go through. Do you know what I mean? And whether it was a setup or not, okay, I don't know this. We don't know this, but it's open for speculation, all right, everybody? At that moment, he was aware that a child was sending him gifts at that moment. It doesn't matter if he was set up. It doesn't matter. He knew that was a potential child that was gifting him. All right, the mods also knew as well. Okay, so I'm just going on myself and what I believe is morally right. If you have suspicion, or if someone's telling you in your chat that they're 10 and they're sending you all these gifts, whether it be a rose, whether it be whatever, you have a duty of care to protect children in your chat, and you certainly have a duty of care to protect children that are spending money on TikTok, especially 10-year-olds. I'm not buying that he didn't see the comments. I'm sorry, I'm not buying it. He knew that was a child at that time. Whether you guys think it was a setup, I don't know. Will we find out? I don't know this, but he should have blocked. He should have said, thank you for the gifts, my darling, but obviously you're underage and I'm going to have to remove you from the room, or the mod should have at least done it. Okay? I don't know who this Lewis guy is that was a child gifter, but the fact that he made that comment means that he was aware. Okay? And I'm not, like I say, I'm not going to go with the excuse, well, it was a setup, because nobody actually knows if it was a setup or not. I'm struggling to feel like it was a setup. Myself personally, this is just me, because why, out of all the people on TikTok, why is somebody going to go out the way to set Brett up or send £500 worth of gifts to set Brett up? People on TikTok have got bigger fish to fry, but this is just my opinion. Do you know what I mean? Because children can get hold of cards. Children can have cards, right? At that time, he should have blocked that child, but he was still sat, accepting and willing to take gifts off that child, and that child wasn't blocked. And shame on the moderators as well, I will say this. Shame on you guys, because you had also picked up that was a potential child that gifted, but you was muting comments letting you know that, and it's shady. Morally wrong and shady. At that time, you weren't thinking about that child, you was thinking about Brett's income. Sorry, guys.
Universes. No one said a word. So don't come in here with someone that randomly comes in whatever they are. Yeah? Let's just get that clear. Fucking hell. Jesus Christ. Where's the same energy for Luke Littler? How about that one?
Well, my opinion on that is, I mean, this Luke Littler, but I only know who this is because of obviously this situation. So this Luke was a 17-year-old that was going around sending universes, and at the end of the day, he's under the age of 18. He still qualifies as a child. Do you know what I mean? So people that was accepting gifts off this Lewis guy as well, is a dark player, should have blocked or said, mate, don't be sending gifts, you know, you're under... Let's be honest, how many people on TikTok boot off if there's under 18s in the live or under 18s that join boxes? So what, it's a different rule now because he's 17 and he's sending universes? Absolutely not. This lad shouldn't have been in a position where TikTok creators are accepting universes off him. He's not 18, he's 17. In the eyes of the law, he's still a child. Okay? It doesn't matter if he's a millionaire, he's still 17. If I get a 17-year-old in my box when I'm having boxes open, I'd be called all kinds. So what's the difference just because he's 17 and is a millionaire? Facts.
No one's asked for gifts, guys. Literally. Bloody hell. Jesus Christ. Just get rid of all these haters. Honestly.
He's 18 now, but at the time when he was sending the gifts, he was 17. So it doesn't matter what age he is now. At the time of him, you know, sending people universes on TikTok, he was 17. Okay? So let's not talk about how he could be 20 now, 30 now. It doesn't matter at the time he was 17. Okay? And again, when I open the boxes, you can have your say on this. If you disagree with me, I want you to say, I disagree with you, Miss Red. This is what this room is for your opinions, and you're going to have them today. And it's not about hate, Brett. It's not about hate. It's about morals. You know, I do understand that, you know, Brett may get some trolling in his comment section and things like that. We all do, all right? But at that moment, when you were sat there, you believed that was a child in your chat. You didn't believe it was a setup or a troll account. You was aware.
No one knows the person's age.
Well, she said in the chat she was 10 and a half.
Jesus. No one's asked for the gifts, chat.
The thing is, Brett, you're asked with the gifts, you know, because you're still sat there and you're accepting the gifts. What you should have done is turn off your live. As far as I'm concerned, you should have turned off your live and verified if it was a child, if it was a troll account, whatever, but you still sat there and left your live on and you know, underage is underaged at the end of the day.
Oh my God. No one wants to know that as well, Gremlin. Get rid of Gremlin. Oh my God. Just so many keyboard words. Anyone could do that anytime. That's not that person's fault still, chat. Literally, you know? It's just pathetic now. Bloody hell. I do need to check the oven. Exactly.
No, what you need to do, Brett, never mind checking the oven, darling. Never mind checking the oven. You need to check the account that you are aware at this stage could potentially be a child. They have told you they're a child. You need to check that account, not the oven, darling.
The oven, remind me, Danielle, I was tidying and I was cleaning the oven and I turned it off and on, I think. In it, let them hate, realists. Just let them hate, man. Let them hate. Hate me if you like. Shani, thank you. No one's asking for gifts at the end of the day, chat. You know?
The thing is, we are asking for gifts. We are asking for gifts. Like right now, I am 5k away from the podium and I've got about 8 minutes to beat Luke the Judge on podium number 3. When you turn up, thank you for the heart miss and everything. When you turn up on TikTok, you fire up a live, you have your gifts on, you are asking for gifts. All right? So even though you may not be sitting there saying, gift me, gift me, gift me, your live's on, you want a gift, hence why you sat on live. All right. So again, I can see some of your comments. Whether it was a setup, whether you believe somebody was setting him up, I don't know this. We don't know this. We can speculate it. At this moment in time, He weren't sat there thinking someone's setting me up. It's a troll account. He was aware that it was a child. Okay? So now, events after, people, you know, he believes it was a setup. TikTok believes it's a setup, all right? Doesn't matter. At that moment in time, it was a child, not a troll, and not someone trying to set him up.
It's their choice to send gifts. Exactly, Mishi, exactly. And there's no same energy for someone like Luke Littler, is there? You know? Where's the same energy? Where's the same energy there, chap? There isn't. Got people to number one, you know? There's no same energy there. Exactly, Christine.
Oh,
exactly.
thank you,
This is what I'm saying. There's one rule for one and one rule for another. At the end of the day, Luke Littler, who was underage as well,
See,
correct?
he's aware.
Sending gifts on here still.
He's sat there making, like, trying to make excuses and trying to condone that there's a child in there gifting. Well, you know, what about this child that gifted? Is trying to condone it and justify it and make it okay. Like I don't hate Brett, do you know what I mean? I know about the banter and things like that, and I say it's boring, but at the end of the day, if I believed he was in the right, I would sit here and say he was in the right. Please believe that. But he knows, he's aware that this is a child in his chat that is sending £500 worth of gifts.
No energy at all there.
Thank you, love. There you go. That same account that has said they are a child, the mods are aware that it's a child, has just gifted again. That same account has just gifted again. I agree. Parents have a responsibility and a duty of care to watch what the children are doing on social media. But if you are a creator on social media, if you are a live creator and you are accepting gifts, you have a duty of care to make sure that children are not in your room and children are not gifting you. You have a duty of care. Thank you, Laura.
Oh my God, Shelley. Oh my God. Oh my God, we got Shelley.
Thank you, everyone.
Oh my actual gosh, that gift was fucking lit. Oh my God. Yo, how lit was that gift? Oh my actual gosh, we're 49, bruv. We just been chilling. I've not even asked for a heartbeat. I've not even asked for a heartbeat. Bloody hell. Oh.
Yeah, so someone just said, so the account that was, you know, supposedly a child actually gave their age in the chat. They said there was 10 and a half. Okay, they gave their name in the chat. And also people that were saying in the chat that, you know, it's a child, they're only 10. The mods were blocking the accounts, muting the accounts, you know. So I would hope that if I was in that situation, I mean, we've got 30 mods in here. I would hope that mods would be onto it and do the right thing. Never mind about me receiving, you know, lines and universes and whatever else. Get the child out of the room. Do you get what I'm saying? Because mods are enabling children gifting or whoever it was. But at this moment in time, he thought it was a child. No, I wouldn't say that, Mads. No, not pedlo vibes, darling. I wouldn't say that. It's money over morals vibe. Not pedlo, money over morals. All right?
Oh my God.
Morning, people.
Oh my fuck. Gee. I've never seen that gift either.
Well, you did that.
It's been a while since I've had to do a video.
So
like
there you go,
this,
guys.
and
That's the
as much as I'm
brat.
raging about the situation.
No face. Quiet, darling.
This is a setup for
You can certainly shut up.
That's so much shit.
out of here. So there you go. That's the original video of you know, Brett getting gifted by an account which, you know, said there was a child. So further speculation, people are saying that it's a setup. We don't know who's behind that account. He doesn't know who's behind that account. I don't know if, you know, any facts have come out that it is a child behind that account. Like, we don't know. So he went into Corey's live because Corey did his FYP yesterday and Corey spoke about it, and Brett joined Corey's live and give his versions of events. Thank you, Lisa. Right, guys, let's check the time. We've got 2 minutes to get to popular number 4. Guys, we've got 2 minutes. Can we do this in 2 minutes? Heartmis, guys, wristbands and popular gifts. Let's try and get Luke the judge, because he did it in 42 minutes yesterday. Thank you, everybody. So thank you. While you're doing this for me, guys, we'll do some polls. Happy face, sad faces, and you can select. It helps us up there. Thank you, everyone. So this is part 1 of Brett joining Corey's live.
Hello. Where do we start?
I start.
Wait, yeah, go for it. You start.
Okay, fabulous. So what I think it is, right, Brett? Look, straight up, you're wrong for not blocking the person, right? Let's just get that out of the way,
Okay,
right?
let me just say one thing that people don't know on this app. My mods did actually block this account within 10 minutes.
Okay, but either way, you took the money, right? So you have to see what it looks from a viewer's perspective. However, I want to last.
But let me just say that out there now. Within 10 minutes, all my mods did their job and try and find his account. Now they were actually messaging me on Instagram, which I didn't actually see at the time. It took me 15 minutes myself to then see on Instagram that I was getting messages, because I turned all my notifications off while I'm live. Okay, so I didn't actually see any messages for 15 minutes. Anyway, so this person actually came on the live with a 24 level gifting badge. So this person's actually been going around gifting people other than that at the time. So me not to question it at first, that means she's been gifting other people as well.
True. Yeah.
So I'm just talking about safeguarding on the app in general, right? People coming for me because I have accepted gifts of a young person, but however, that means multiple people have also accepted gifts of this app, of this person. Because
yeah, but that's beside the point. Like, if other creators have accepted gift of this person, were they aware at the time that this person that there was accepting gifts of was a child? Was the creators aware of that? But it's still the point that this account did say in the chat that, you know, there were 10 and mods were still pinning and that he still got further gifted. So it's irrelevant.
It's a level 24 gifter. That when she first sent, because she didn't say anything. She sent me a dragon, she sent me a Zeus, right? She didn't say a word. Does that make sense to you?
Okay.
So she didn't actually say anything. It wasn't until 10-15 minutes after she sent gifts, she's then replying in my chat here and there. And she said, I remember one word because my chat's going so quick. She said, "It's my card." That's when, after I've seen that comment, I've then gone onto my messages 10-15 minutes, and then I've seen, oh fuck, this person's actually, and then, does that make sense? Then my brain's clocked, I'm like, oh my god. But at first, at the beginning, she was a level 24 gifter, so this person's been going around gifting multiple creators on this app. We talk about safeguarding, but we should be talking about safeguarding on the whole app.
So are you going to give the money back?
Look, if we find this person or her parents or whatever, I will happily give her whatever she wants, and I would like to a conversation too. Because also, in a screenshot that I've been given, let me just show you this, guys, quickly. This screenshot. Basically, a screenshot would have been showed, Corey, that a bank account already flagged. Does that make sense? So basically, when you basically give so much, you will then have to put your passport in, right? Let me just show you this.
That's true.
quickly.
That is true. You do have to show ID.
Don't start in my comments.
I have on a couple
Let me
of
just show you
accounts.
this screenshot that I then saw after like 20 minutes. Hang on.
Ha.
1 second.
Let the guy speak.
I have. I've had to show ID. Still doesn't make what's happened right though.
Here you go. Here's the screenshot. Of obviously
He
what
still
I
took
said.
gifts
This screenshot here
from a child. At the time, he believed it was a child. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm just working out. Can you see this? Oh wait, hang on.
No.
This. So this here means that it's already been detected for unusual strange transactions. So someone, how do I then now come off of it again?
Do you know the videos of this supposed young person?
I obviously saw it. How do I turn my camera off?
Yeah, Kate.
Pressure box. Camera off.
Press my box. Is it no? How do I?
The camera off then.
Okay, guys, he may have been set up. Okay, there's a strong possibility that he has been set up. I know this. We know this, right? That it could be a possibility that Brett has been set up. There potentially could never have been a child behind this account. We know this, okay? But it still doesn't take away the fact that he still sat there and allowed this person who was on the account, who they believed in the chat at the time to be a child, was still allowed to stay in the chat and further gift. Okay? So yes, it could have been a setup, but the person was still allowed in there and still allowed to gift. Exactly that, Susie. It doesn't excuse the way the situation was handled. All right? I'm not here arguing whether, I don't know if it was a setup or not. It potentially could be a witch hunt, a setup. But at the time, he believed that it was a child because he was talking about this Lewis kids.
I don't know if I can do this.
I don't know. Give it 2 seconds.
There we go. Sorry, I didn't even know how to turn my camera off. This is how much I join boxes, guys. I don't know how to, But yeah. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is this. So this account that was gifting me, right, Corey?
Yeah.
It already had to put a passport in.
I have nearly 4,000 people in this room and I'm seeing every comment. I'm watching every comment. Okay? Brett's chat was really slow. I don't believe that he weren't reading them comments. I'm sorry, I don't believe it. Because I'm reading every comment that's here and there's 4,000 people in the room.
Before gifting me to be able to gift, because it's already said to her, recharging is unavailable.
Available, yeah.
Yeah, so by that, she would have had to put a passport in. Now, does that now, that makes me think, have I been set up here?
Which
Because
is a
this person's already
possibility.
had to put a passport
It's a
in.
possibility he has been set up.
2 seconds, Brett. Has anybody, right, gone on to this supposed account
Thank you,
before it was
everyone.
deleted magically? But has anybody gone onto this account and seen how often these videos have been uploaded? Are they all uploaded on one day, or is it all just from?
That is a question I actually do not know.
I want to know the answer to that question.
Thank you, Cockapoo.
Somebody must have blocked that
Hang on,
account.
No. So there actually seem to be, the screenshots that I've been given seem to be that she did one on 4 days ago, and then she did.
And this, I just want to say, this isn't to incite hate on Brett. This is just me giving my opinion on these videos, all right, guys? It's going to be a massive learning curve for Brett, all right? I don't think people should, hunt him down with a pitchfork and everything else, but it should be a massive learning curve, okay?
Charging one with 2 screenshots on the same day. The recharging's unavailable, and so she's done. I believe she did like multiple on different days. I think I'm not too sure.
Multiple on different days.
Yeah, by what I see, it looks like. I can only see 3 photos that have been screenshot and sent to me.
Either way, right, I think, and this is the truth, right? I've got to tell you the truth because otherwise I'll be lying to you.
Go ahead.
But the truth, as far as I'm concerned, is as soon as that person, whoever that person is, and I strongly believe it's not who we think it is, but that
Which is
person,
it's a
I
good chance.
truly think you should have blocked them straight away.
Thank you, Corey.
She was blocked. Corey. This is what I'm trying to say.
She wasn't.
She was blocked after the money was
She was blocked after. As soon as that account commented, thank you, Carrie, thank you, Lauren. Look, sorry, Laura. As soon as that account commented on 10 and people was onto it, mods and whoever else in the chat, they should have been out there.
Change them.
Well, yeah, obviously, if a random person comes in here right now and sends you lions, tigers, and bears, right, without you, well, obviously, they sent the gift before they even commented, Corey. I don't even.
Yeah, but after she had commented, I'm 10 and a half, you then continued to have another gift up and then blocked her after.
No, because she was already in the comments when the comments were going fast, so I didn't even see that. I didn't even see her speaking. I had loads in my life. There was multiple comments.
Thank you, Barry.
The comments were going so quick. Like, there was multiple comments. Like, she's already sent me a lion. Not a lion.
Okay, so what I would have done if I was in this situation, right? Because my phone would have blew up. Not only my phone, the chat. I would have said, I'm sorry, you know, you've said you're a kid. I can't accept gifts off you. You know, you've got to be over 18. I'm going to block you. So you can't send anything else. And then, you know, I'll sort it out when I come off TikTok. Do you know what I mean? If he had any doubt in his mind, it should be blocked.
Dragon, a Zeus, without even commenting.
Can I play you, Said?
Go for it. So while she's gifting me, right, I'm not actually seeing people message me as well. Or, like when we get gifted on live, right, we have a lot of haters because we're getting gifted. Does that make sense? So they'll be like, oh, this person is actually this. Does that make sense?
Exactly, AJ. Thank you, Laura.
I did say on my live video, I don't think you're some sort of PR.
Exactly, it's stupid.
Yeah, I don't think Brett's, you know, any kind of, you know, pad or anything like that. But in this situation, it was money over morals.
Where's No Faces gone? Hold on. Repost.
No, Les, this is what I'm trying to say to you. It took me about 20 minutes to clock that she was, before she was gifted. This is what I'm trying to say.
Right, here's No Faces, No Faces.
It's been a while since I've had to do a video like this, and as much as I'm raging about the situation, I am going to try and keep my cool for the sake of this video staying up. So please make sure how old you do.
Yeah, see, can you just pause this quickly, Corey? 1 moment. Can I just respond to this?
Yeah.
So this happens in my life so much. Every time I get like gifted, right? This will happen. They even try to say like 60-year-olds in my life who gift me, right? That are under. That they say, the trolls say, oh, she's underage.
Right,
we don't know this person.
Shut up, Brett. Let's do a happy sad face. Happy face, you would have blocked that account as soon as they said that they was underage. Sad face, no, you wouldn't have blocked the account. Let's just do a quick happy face, sad face. So happy face, you would have blocked it after they announced how old they potentially were. Sad face, no. Everybody vote, guys, please.
15 or whatever. Do you know how many times I go live and someone gives me big and they troll me and say this? So this is what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say that we didn't know who this person was. It took me 20 minutes just to work out who this person was.
Let me just take my comments off.
Anyone could come in here right now, Corey, yeah, and send you lions and we wouldn't know. But yeah, you've got to pay. See? There you go.
Mods, can we turn the comments off? They're distracting me, Right, let's turn the comments off, keep the comments off. Let the guy have his say first. He's spoken on his own, right, but obviously he wants to come on mine, which is fair enough, he can do whatever he wants.
See, this is the only word I see. I have my card, I have my own card. That's all I'm seeing. And what,
So prior to this,
daylight there. I've seen that. Look, I've seen that. Right now, I'm thinking everybody else is going to troll. Because obviously they're seeing that. Look, I have my card. I have my own card. That's what I've seen.
Okay, so what were you gifted prior to this?
Huh?
What were you gifted prior to that comment?
I was gifted a Zeus and a dragon.
Okay, and then it takes us up to this comment, and then I can press play, yeah?
Go for it.
Corey, you handled this brilliant, darling. Are you still here, Corey?
There's so many haters on this app, honestly. There's so many.
You did a good job with
I
this.
didn't even read I didn't even read Deb's one there. Like when it's like long sentence, I'm not even reading Deb's comment there.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Literally. For acts of kindness, there's just so many
Me, Corey.
So many of them, so many jealous people, yeah? I'm not being funny, yeah? Let's just clear something real quick up, right? Luke Little was 17 going around gifting universes.
See, he's aware. He's just referenced a child, a young gifter. He was aware.
Wait, yeah, go for it. You start.
Okay, fabulous. So what I think it is, right, Brett, look, straight
Right, let's move on to the next one.
Not blocking the person, right?
So we're going to go on to part 2, guys. Right, why do these puzzles keep coming up? Do I look asleep? I'm talking into the camera, darling. Part 2. Where is part 2, Corey?
I'm going to understand, though, right, with a Luke Little comment. So
Exactly,
was this
Bonnie.
prior to this that she admitted to being 10?
No, so I haven't seen anything that. All I saw right now is a card comment. That's all I saw.
Okay, let's make them sound.
It's not that...
So this is the...
Brett, darling, it weren't just the card comment that you seen, because you just said, what about, you know, the Lewis guy? Do you know what I mean?
The girl in question, yeah? Right, so it is. So prior to this screen recording, we do not see her admitting to having this, to being 10 years old, right?
All I see is that I have my own card.
Yeah, I have my own card.
This is what I saw, Corey. Once I see that, I'm thinking, oh, anyone's gonna troll her, saying that she's what this age, that age, this age, are you that age, this age? This is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
This is what I've seen. So I am then going to react. I'm going to think that everybody else is trolling. Also, Corey, you can see that she's got a level 25 gifting badge. She didn't get that whole from gifting me a Zeus and a dragon.
No.
That's not 25. That's like level 18 max.
100% DLK.
So many jealous people, yeah? I'm not being funny, yeah? Let's just clear something real quick up, right? Luke Little was 17 going around gifting universes.
See?
No one said a word.
So why are we talking about that, right, Brett? When
Because, yes, okay, I can now understand this. Because trolls are already saying before that
she was, yeah.
Yes, so I'm reacting to trolls.
Right, got you.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I got you.
Here is someone
That I'm responding.
randomly comes in whatever they
Oh, and then she replies with, I'm 10 and a half.
See, I've not seen that though. I've not seen that. Corey,
Right.
I'm not even.
Right.
I'm not. Honestly, I've not seen that.
Nice.
I've not seen that.
Brett, man, it's right in front of your eyes, bro.
I've not seen it though. I have only
Thank
seen
you.
Big Up Daily 58, and in my mind, when I see Daily 58, I'm like humble. I'm like, thank God that I've managed to get 58 because I try my best so hard to get Daily 58. I've not even seen
Like
the
the
comments. All I think I am actually right now, what I'm doing, Corey, is checking the weekly rankings, checking I'm level 58.
What I would have been doing is checking the account.
You didn't see this.
No, as soon as M has clicked Daily 58 on the comments, right?
checking the drop down.
I'm down on the lowdown checking the fucking daily rankings
How about that one?
to see how well I'm doing.
Yes, guys. Literally. Bloody hell.
So how do you feel, though, about all of your mods afterwards? Making a rod for your back? Because when everyone starts commenting, she just said 10,
Corey.
she just said 10, they're getting muted straight away.
My mods actually was at this point trying to search off app to see how old she was, Corey.
Or what
Yeah,
did you bro?
trying
Put on her profile because she appears.
Yeah, but-
I wasn't sure because obviously there's some.
Yeah, but Brett, you didn't know that your mods was doing that because obviously you'd already previously said that you'd had your notifications was up on everything, so you wasn't aware at that time that your mods were checking out the account because you'd previously said that you were getting messages through and everything else.
So many trolls on here. They still wasn't 100% sure, Corey. They did everything. My mods did everything straight away.
They didn't do everything,
They
Brett.
did everything.
Brett, they didn't do everything because what they should have done was block the account. They should have took that account out.
They could
But
try
instead, they were taking out
whether
people
they were
saying
trolling
it's an
or not.
underage gifter. It's a lesson learned, Brett. At the end of the day,
Okay.
don't be
How long did
greedy.
it take from the last gift being received to her being blocked?
Ask for the gifts chat.
So I worked out then by Instagram messages, probably about 15 minutes it worked out as. 15? At least 15 minutes, you know, because
15 minutes and then she was blocked. And now the account's suddenly gone.
Because the account is, who knows who the account is? No one knows who the account is, but it took, because obviously they were working it out, right? And then I was on the computer myself, then I realised, oh, people were messaging me.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, oh shit, maybe this person is actually this. Does that make sense? So I think it took me 15 to 20 minutes to even understand. Does that make sense? Because there was just...
I think you've been set up personally.
Yeah, I think I could have been set up as well.
Okay, guys, so nevertheless, there was everybody in that room was aware that a child was potentially gifted, okay? So we're not going to, deter from the facts or derail from the fact that, I'm sorry, he knew at that time it was a potential child. The people in the chat knew. The mods knew. But nothing was done about it, all right? Now, moving forwards, okay, it would appear that people believe, and he believes, that it was a setup. Now, I want to ask you guys, do you guys believe it was a setup? Okay, so happy face, yes, you believe Brett was set up. Sad face, no.
Because about an hour and a half later, I then get someone commenting in my live like, oh, Shelly's account's gone. Shelly's account... like, I was like, do you know who Shelly is? Like, an hour later was like, I was saying to her in the live, she was like, oh, Shelly can't gift them. And I was replying back to her, do you know who Shelly is?
Voltori! You got Voltori, my darling, thank you.
On a different account,
thank you,
about an hour
Voltori.
later, right? Was basically came into the live and was like mentioning about Shelly or whatever her name, Shelly. Does that make sense? So I in my head, I'm replying back to the person about an hour later, going, "Do you know who this person is? Is this person gifting me like aware?" Like, I'm asking her questions an hour later, like, "Do you know who she is?" Because it was because my life gets quiet sometimes, right, at the end of the night, so I can actually talk to him like one-on-one sort of thing, and I'm like to him, "Do you know who Shelly is?" And she just vanished out of thin air. So
thank you so much.
It was really weird. It was really weird that someone came in and asked questions about her.
Why do you think though that somebody would set you up?
I honestly don't know, but it's just very strange that they got unusual activity on the account, right? So they would have had to put some sort of passport to be able to continue to gift, because she put that as a screenshot on her page. Because when you get unusual activity, when you gift, you then have to put your passport in there.
Still
and
wrong.
For verification, and
Exactly, Sharon, it was still wrong, set up or not. And I'm not going to sit here and say, poor Brett. It was still wrong, set up or not, and hopefully Brett has learnt from this, because that's all he can do really is learn from it. Yeah, I would have just said, look, I messed up. I should have blocked them, but I was just sat here being greedy. I weren't, thinking about the child's welfare, a potential child at the time. I just wanted all the gifts. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, set up or not, still wrong. Do you agree with that?
To carry on gifting. Bearing in mind, the account has come into my life already being a level 24 gifter.
My camera's not focusing, that's bugging me.
But yeah, obviously the person already came, like... Anyway, I think I've said everything that's off my chest. You guys can have your opinion on...
I think the only mistake that you made, you didn't read your chat properly. You should do zero blocked that.
And like when...
And I agree with Corey, exactly that.
Straight on the weekly rankings to check whether I'm on the weekly rankings or not.
Yes.
That makes sense? So I'm not even reading the chat at this point. So
I don't believe it. I believe he was reading that chat. I'm sorry. I think Brett's lying
when
there.
you click the daily rankings, you actually can't see the chat, can you, Corey? When you click it, it goes.
No, yeah. If you look at that, you can't see nothing.
Yeah, but it's for seconds.
When M is saying to me, Dave,
it's only for seconds that you can't see your chat for. Not 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, seconds. Like, I'm clicking on rankings now. 1, 2, 3. Like, please.
58. Yeah, in my mind, I'm like, yes, come on. I'm checking how much I need to go to the next rank and stuff like that in my head. But yeah, look, guys, you guys can have your opinion.
I think that.
Yeah, so Jackstar, so 9 times out of 10, if I'm doing a live, I do catch a lot of the chat. If it's a really hectic live and there's, you know, gifts flying everywhere and, you know, boxes are open, sometimes I don't see a lot. But that's why my mods are in here and my mods are doing what I can't, which is muting and blocking comments. That's the reason for having 30 moderators. Do you know what I mean? So do I see everything? Absolutely everything? No. But this is a different situation because there's 4,000 people in here and the comments are going really fast. With Brett's, it was a slow chat. You know, there was a couple of 100 people in there, so the rooms are 2 completely different rooms. If I'm on a different live and, you know, I'm doing a chilled out live, I catch all the comments because the comments ain't going so fast. All right, so I don't buy that he never seen this. Sorry.
Don't just to set the cat amongst the pigeons, right? But regardless of what anybody wants to say in the comments, whether it be right or wrong, you should have deleted it, you should have blocked him, but you didn't, so it is what it is.
No, she did get blocked, Corey.
Absolutely correct.
She did get blocked.
But she got blocked, just not quick enough for everybody else. But I reckon truly you've been set up for the sake of a gifter. That's what I think in my mind, which I will go on and prove. And
honestly, in your minds, we both know what you're regarding here, and honestly, that I know what you're saying, and honestly, that person is the nicest person ever. I know who you're thinking, and it doesn't. That person is the nicest person, like, and to say, I've even seen a screen recording. If you can even put it up as well, Corey. I'm not so sure if you can because I'm in a box, but. EQ acting like that me and Alice have never spoken. Do you honestly think that? Like, honestly, do you honestly think...
I've never spoken with...
Do you think... let me ask you this, Corey. Do you think that I've never spoken to her off that?
I don't know, have you?
100%. Because as soon as somebody gifts me, I'm always going out my way to say thank you to them.
Thank you.
Straight away, I'm always thanking my gifters.
Oh, come on, guys. It's EQ. It's EQ. 100%. I can't prove it, but it is.
But listen, I am always like going out my way and saying thank you so much. And bearing in mind, yeah, Alice has done so much for me, Corey. Of course I'm going to say thank you to her.
And I just want to say, obviously, Corey's speculating it could be Evil Queen, right? I'm not going to sit here and say that because we don't know if it was a child. We don't know who was behind that account. So I'm not going to sit here and say, I believe it's her because... we don't know who it was. Do you know what I mean? I'm not just going to go along with, you know, the fact that, you know, obviously Corey believes it's I'm not going to, I don't know. It could be anybody behind that account. Do you know what I mean? So exactly that, Mal. It doesn't matter who it was that was behind that account. What matters is, you know, Brett still sat there and accepted gifts at that time. And, you know, if it's a setup, it's a setup. But all that matters at that moment in time, that child should have been blocked and safeguarded. So who set him up? I don't know. We can't be sure. You can speculate. But until we have evidence or proof, I'm not going to sit here and say, I believe this person was behind it, that person was behind it. It's up to you, really, who you want to speculate was behind it. But without proof, I'm not going to sit here and say. If we get evidence, if we get proof of who it was, then I can sit here and say that. You felt sorry for Brett, did you, darling? See, I don't feel sorry for him because had he sent the gift, a gift had been sent, right? And I'm not being a bitch. If a gift had been sent and the person in the chat had said how old they was and he'd blocked them, I would have given him a round of applause. But the fact that he didn't, I've got no sympathy whatsoever. You know, because at that moment in time, he was referencing this Lewis kid gifted. So he was, you know, under the illusion at that time that he potentially was a kid.
Of course I'm going to speak to Alice. Like, you guys think that I'm
thank
going
you,
to speak to
Tam.
Alice?
Thank you,
Crazy.
Flo.
Is Alice ever sent you a voice now?
No, Alice has never sent me a voice note. No. She hasn't.
Amy, exactly that. The mods were deleting the comments pretty quick, darling.
Yeah, but honestly, Alice is
Popping
spoken
in
to me on
number 3,
multiple
thank you.
occasions, and she is the nicest person, no? And yeah. Anyway, Corey, I'll let you do your live little thing.
Do you want me to play the end of the video, or are you going to try and leave this where it is now?
I mean, I'm easy. Like, you can play it, or I've said.
I think it'd be much better if you played the whole clip, right? So then you could have your honest opinion, and then we could kind of leave that be as in the honest opinion is being given.
Yeah, you can play it. You can play it. I've said everything I needed to say. You know. Thank you for the gifts, guys. You don't have to give me. I'm not here for that.
No, guys, you're not 10 years old. Sorry, that was a joke.
Right. Anyway.
Just watch the end of the clip and stay where you are.
Okay.
Because at least then, if anyone's got any questions, you don't have to go.
It's been a while since I've had to do a video like.
I'll get tapped. Oh, go away.
It's been a while.
Whatever they are. Yeah? Let's just get that clear.
About £500, Emma.
Fucking hell. Jesus Christ. Where's the same energy for Luke Littler? How about that one?
But you
Hello,
used that
Ghost.
comparison because somebody was commenting prior to her saying her age that she was underage, correct?
Yeah, so they were trolling me before that, basically.
Okay.
Yeah. And then as soon as Ems is typed Daily 58 there, right? I've clicked on the week.
I just need to say a first Scottish, we can see that. Stop lying, otherwise I'll turn the comments off again.
Awesome gifts, guys.
Cool.
Literally. Bloody hell. Jesus Christ. Just get rid of all these haters. Honestly,
You did that
no one
too.
knows the
Thank
person's
you,
age. Fucking hell, man. Jesus. No one's asked for the gifts chat. Oh my god. No one wants to know that as well, Gremlin. Get rid of Gremlin. Oh my god.
Can I ask you another question? Can you see how it looks from the viewer's perspective, though? Just seeing this, not knowing what you're doing on your screen, checking
Yes,
leaderboards,
correct.
etc. But from our perspective, your eyes are forward. Do you see what I mean?
I understand because all they can see is my eyes on the live, which I'm.
Come in here is.
There you go, guys. That's part 2. Right, have I already done a poll to see your opinions, whether you believe Brett believed? So let's do a poll. Do you believe? I don't know if I've already done one because it was an hour ago. Do you believe? Do you believe? I've done one. Okay, so we don't need to do another one. All right, guys. Right, so we've got part 3. We've done it already. It's like
They can't see you.
in one ear out the other.
Can't see the screen. They can't see any of that.
Thank you.
What did Gremlin say?
Thank you, Laura.
So many keyboards. Any.
I've done it.
Oh
Gremlin said, she just said she's 10, and then you told her to get rid.
my god.
No, she never. She never said that. She said her card. Look,
She said that.
where the shed?
She just said she was 10.
I didn't even see her that. Obviously, I didn't
And
even.
you told her mods to get rid of you, right?
I've told the mods to get rid of these trolls, but I didn't see her say she was 10.
Oh, right.
I've only seen like some troll comments, but I'm not seeing where she said that, Corey, because I'm checking the weekly rankings.
Checking the leaderboard at the same time.
Yes, I'm checking the
Anyone
board.
could do that any time, and that's not that person's fault, still, chat. Literally, you know? It's just pathetic now. Bloody hell. I do need to check the oven. Exactly. I do need to check the oven. Remind me, Danielle, I was tidying.
I can't.
Look, either way, let's not play the phone.
I can't feel sorry for him, guys, because he still accepted the gifts.
On your own live, of course.
Yeah.
And he knew.
In terms of in here,
Thank
I reckon
you,
the only thing
Big
that
Gumbo.
you've literally done wrong is you should have been reading your chat.
Yes, correct. I 100% agree. I should have been.
Always
looking
check
at
your
the
kids'
chat.
accounts. Thank you,
Yes.
Queen
Look,
Regina.
I hold my hands up. I should have been looking at my chat at all times.
Someone just said, with the diamonds in the name, I don't think he knew. He did know it was a potential child. He knew. Because he said, he referenced another child gifter. He knew.
At all times, you know, I take responsible. I made a mistake in terms
And
of.
also your mods as well. Your mods should have seen that comment and they should have run you. Because I'm telling you now, if something would have happened in my
thank you
chat,
for the subs.
my other phone would have been ringing, going, boy, Corey, we got a problem there. So your
Obviously,
your mods.
I turn my notifications off because trolls ring me.
I should do that.
People ring me, you know, like I get messages all the time. I turn all my notifications off. So my mods were actually very quick. They were messaging me already, but obviously I only see it when they're saying Brett in capital writings, check messages. So that took a long time. Does that make sense? Because obviously it's going already.
Anyway, you guys can have your opinions on it. Yeah. Anyway,
I think you've done wrong. You've admitted you've done wrong. You waved the white flag. You've also agreed during this live that the parents were to contact you with.
yes, I will give if we can find the parents and we definitely know it's them and I haven't been set up by anybody on the app. I will give them.
I don't reckon their parents are going to come to you. I reckon it's so. I think it is. But anyway, yeah.
But yeah,
he has a bit.
I do think if he finds out it's a child, I do think he will give the money back. He's got no choice but to. I do think he will give the money back, but we don't know who's behind the account. I think the account's gone now.
And also putting your passport onto the app to gift like that, because people can only gift like that if they put their passport on the app, because it's already done for a recharge ban. The unusual activity means that she would have had to put
Corey. That's why you think it's a setup.
passport on the app.
And a proof of address.
And a proof of address and a proof of freaking identification. Not only that, this account has also been going around gifting many other creators on the app because she already came
That's
to
right, guys.
Okay, so there's two possibilities, right? There's two potential things here, okay? So, the account's gone for two reasons. One, because it was a child and the parents have had charges to their bank accounts, right? Because I don't know any 10-year-old that's got hundreds and thousands of pounds in a bank account, all right? I do know children can have accounts because Tilly's got an account and I put £10 pocket money in her account. She's got her own little bank card, right? So there's two scenarios. It was a child. They've used the parents' cards to gift Brett, and then they've seen this, the expenses on the cards, and they've spoke to the kid. They've said right, and the account's gone. All right. The only other scenario is that it was a setup. The person has done the job, gone in, gifted, knowing that Brett isn't going to say no, whatever, and the account's been taken down. It's served the purpose. Brett's now looking terrible, and there we go. So, but you all believe it was a setup, which is probably, do you know what I mean? It's probably looking that way. But who? I'm not going to sit here and speculate. I'll leave that to you guys. You think it's a second scenario? Yeah, I know you all think it's a setup. You think it's to create drama? £500, a lot to create drama, though, isn't it?
I have level 40 gifting badge. I just leveled up to level 30 last night. What happens is when you try to make a purchase of a different card, so say I recharge on my Halifax card, right? But then I've had to recharge on, say, my NatWest card. What happens then is they classify as unusual activity. So what they ask you for is, they ask you for ID and proof of address, which that account must have provided.
Yes, this is what I'm trying to say, because it's already flagged for recharge suspicious activity.
Yeah, so I remember when that happened to me, and it was the year I did leaderboards, and I did the leaderboard, and I think I become number 3 on the leaderboard. And after I finished the leaderboard, I went over and gifted a few lions to people, and I needed to verify my account to send some gifts. Do you know what I mean? So it has happened to me where I've had to verify. I've had to put in my passport details to send big gifts. Do you get what I mean? So I can clarify 100% it has happened to me. There you go. So how is it a child's? This is what I'm saying. We don't know, do we? We don't know if it was a setup, if it was a child. I'm not here to say what it is. I don't know. I'm not sure. But at that time when this was happening, they believed in that room that it was a potential child. So people need to stop deflecting from the fact that it potentially at that time they believed it was, because it's it was a setup, Brett was set up. It doesn't matter. At that time, they was in the wrong for leaving the kid in there and the gifts going through. I don't know how many times I've got to say this. Do you know what I mean?
Comments. But this account had to, then that's your problem. It's not ours. But there are other people in the chat saying they have. And I have also. Thank you, Crystal.
This account has already gone round gifting multiple people on live as well, not just me, because she already came with a gifting badge.
If you have to do it, Tam, that's fine. But again, recharge off a different card. Recharge off a different card, I'm telling you, they'll say it's unusual activity.
Anyway,
if you stick to the same card, the likelihood of you being ID'd is very, very unlikely. But when you try to move to a different card, like I moved from my NatWest to my Halifax card, then they banned me from gifting, so then I had to go in, provide a proof of address and an ID for them cards. And
Every single person who has gifted me big has always had to do a ID check now since the last 16 months, maybe, give or take.
I had from PayPal to my bank. See, told you. Thank you.
Anyway,
Either way, right, you've admitted you're wrong. You've said, look, if I would have read the comments properly, I would have got rid. You obviously didn't, but you have openly admitted now that obviously both you and your mods were in the wrong for that situation, which you've openly admitted, didn't you? And you've also said that you would provide a full refund upon the proof of this kid you admitted.
I will refund.
So, okay, so obviously, why did the child or whoever was behind the account say that they were 10 and a half? Was they asked their age in the chat? Because I haven't seen that. Why did they say they were 10 and a half? Was they asked their age? Who asked them their age? Was it a moderator? Was it a mod asked them? They were asked. A mod asked. Someone asked in the chat. Right. Just let me have a look. Because what's strange to me is why would somebody ask how old the person was gifting? Does that make sense? So this is why I wanted to know if it was somebody that was part of Team Brett. You know? So get in, Corey, and explain, darling. Corey, will you request the box, please, darling? Corey knows all about these things, you see, guys.
Hello, beautiful lady.
Hello, Mr. Wild.
Right, so I think it was.
Can you hear me, Corey?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, darling. I've turned the phone up now.
So I think it's the first clip that you must show, but I can't remember whether it was a mod off the top of my head, but somebody had added her, and somebody had said to her, or that account I should say, said, "How old are you, sweet?" or something like that. Yeah. But obviously all they had to do was click on the account and see that it was potentially a child. My thought in my mind is it was a setup, but either way, as I said to him to his face on the live, either way, the girl identified herself as 10 years old, regardless of whether she was joking or not. Yeah. She should have been removed. And when you get to the end of the video, Brett has agreed. So I don't think there's any more you can pull out of it, really. But I went through it. I feel quite sorry for him, I'm not going to lie. And that's quite difficult for me. Obviously, I know you don't. But I think it's kind of like a 50-50 on both ends, because if it was my kid spending 500 quid, I'd go absolutely bonkers. But then on the slant to that, it's a bit weird, right? It's a bit of a difficult one.
You know, usually, you know me, I would have sympathy, Corey, and it's not because I hate Brett or anything like that, because, you know, I want to be fair, whether I like somebody or not. It was the fact of... He at that time, when he was still, you know, letting the person in the room and the next gift going through, he did reference, you know, this Lewis gifter who was a child.
So I asked him that on the second clip you played, right? And what he said is there was prior comments to the girl commenting about her age, saying that person was a child. So quite clearly, his own comments have seen this person's profile and gone, Brett, this is a kid. But obviously, Brett's excuse for that, or should I say, Brett's reasoning for that then, instead of excuse, was that he gets trolled all the time. So whoever gifts him big, everyone's always like, oh, they're 16 or they're 18. Right. So that's the reason why he made that. Now, when I stopped the live then and obviously showed him the comment of it being 10 years old, his reasoning for that was that he was checking the leaderboard. Now, obviously, with me and you, we check the leaderboards. Well, I don't know whether you do, but I do.
I do. You know, if I make it, I do check, but it's only up for a couple of seconds.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's not up for long. Like say you're number 4 in the dailies now. As soon as you press the board, it'll scroll straight to the 4th of the dailies for you anyway. So it's not like you need to touch anything.
Yeah.
But again, who are we to tell to sit there and go, he didn't look at that board longer than we do? Do you know what I mean? So, but his chat was slow, and I stopped it and I said, "Look at your eyes, Brett. Your eyes are looking directly at the comment." But his reasoning for that was he was looking at something else.
Yeah. I believed he was aware of the chat. You know,
If you want my personal opinion, I think he was aware of the chat. I reckon he thought that he was being trolled. And I reckon he just kind of put that to the back of his mind and just kind of concentrated on work. I think about TikTok as a business also, but I certainly would have let somebody stay in the chat, even if they were joking about being 10. I block people for a lot less than that.
Yeah, exactly. You know, you still have that duty of care as a creator live stream if you've got your gifts on and you believe there's a potential child in the room. To make sure that child is safeguarded and basically.
I did also pull it up to him though, mind. Obviously, but mine and your mods are very similar. We've got the same type of mods.
Yeah,
my chat is kept extremely clean anyway. I think his mods have got a lot to answer for as well. Because if me say I'm like your mod again now, and I've seen that, I would have got rid of it straight away.
Yeah.
But his mods didn't, and the only thing that like infuriated me was his mods kept on muting people that were bringing fact that account was a child.
Yeah.
They allowed it to go on further than they should have.
Yeah.
Which his mods should have gone, hold on, Brett, sorry, you're not going to like me for this, but I blocked it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I would have laid on the sword for you, Donna, and said, look, Don, I have just blocked that one. I know it's just gifted you a lion, but I have just blocked it because I think it's a kid. Yeah. And then I'll deal with the repercussions afterwards.
Exactly that. That is what a decent moderator should be doing.
But Miss J was in there, mind. Miss J was in there, like in that live all the time. She showed me yesterday, and Miss J's perspective on it is he full well knew. Apparently, all the chat full well knew, and everyone was getting muted.
Jay was in Brett's chat.
Yeah. Jay was in Brett's chat when it was all happening yesterday. Yeah. But in all fairness, he did come in. He hasn't avoided the situation. He spoke on it. I think there's other creators, and you know whom, that were very angry that he was in my box and not in theirs. But obviously, you know, because
all the exclusives.
I'm having all the exclusives, yeah. But I think he did come on. He did wave the white flag. He did apologise. He has also offered that if somebody was to turn up and obviously prove that their account is theirs, plus, you know, that was a child gifting, he has agreed, including, you know, the full amount of actual money, not the money that he made.
Yeah,
he has agreed to return it.
Which is the least that he could do, really. You know,
he's agreed to return it, so there's nothing more that any of us can do. He knows he was in the wrong. I think I said to him at the end of the video, which you're about to finish, I think I said you should really reconsider, you know, some of your mods. And he also agreed to that. But personally, chat, if you want my opinion, I don't think anyone's going to message him. That account's going to come back in a couple of months' time, and it's going to regenerate as somebody else. It's just a burner account. I think it's a very expensive way of getting rid of someone. But you know,
I've got to be honest. Thank you, Chloe. I do think Brett's going to recover from this. You know, I think it's a massive learning curve. And you know, it's a lesson learned. I don't think Brett's going to go anywhere. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, no, he's not going anywhere. At the end of the day, it's not. And this is what I didn't like about the app yesterday, was they were making him out to be some sort of pred, and that's not what it is. No. All he literally done was, granted, out of his own mouth, he should have concentrated more, and he didn't. But you know, he's going to learn the error of his ways, and we've all made mistakes. But you know, how are we 100% that it's not a child gifting us, Red? You know how many gifts we both have.
Absolutely.
We don't know 100%.
You can't set every account for gifts. It's impossible, like,
no.
You know.
And this is the difficult part, right? Because obviously I make a fair decent whack of cash a day on this app. The same as some other creators on the app as well. I don't click on every single person's profile and look at it and go, oh, that's a kid. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? So it's difficult.
I don't actually check people's profiles. You know,
neither do I.
Yeah.
I think it was, and this is why I thought it was a setup, C-Red, because it was so blatantly obvious that it was a kid. It was made so obvious that it was a child.
Really?
And that's why I didn't like it. That's why I had to go, I think this is a setup. And I think it's a setup. And I know the people that financially gain off Brett, you know, being the bad guy. So in terms of how the account looked, like there were so many videos of like a child, and then it was just like everything about the account just seemed dodgy.
What I want to know is who actually initially wrote the comment, "It's a kid."
You're going to have to go back to the first live.
How old are you? That's the comment that I want to see.
I think it was like a sub. I don't think it was a mod. I think it was like a sub. I think it was a sub because I asked him, I was like, why are you referencing the young man when he's got his own job and career? And then he was like, oh, well, I was referencing him because people were telling me that there was a kid beforehand.
Yeah.
But I think, was it Deb or something, was it, the chat saying?
So obviously, when somebody does come in and send big gifts, so obviously it was the curiosity. They've gone and checked the account, you know, to say, oh, who's sending all these gifts? And
Yeah, but it was so blatantly obvious. It was a child, Red. It was so dodgy. Like I could come off right now, right, and then change my name on you, level 35 gifting badge, upload videos of my nephew, and then I could jump in your chat right now and drop you a lion.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? Like but the only dodgy thing about all of this, right, is the fact that the account disappeared within an hour of them gifting. So to me, that was set up for that. Now, don't forget, Brett was being gifted quite late in the night. So are you telling me now, right, that supposedly these parents woke up, had a massive go with the kid, I'm imagining, because £500 a lot of money. So that, and then they haven't gone and, reported it to TikTok or contacted Apple, depending on how they recharged. They just deleted the account. Come on, Red, really?
Yeah, so, it is looking like it's...
And not only that, and how can a child deactivate an account? No offence, Red, do you know how to deactivate?
Yeah, I've got to remember the password, which is...
But exactly. No 7-year-old or 10-year-old, sorry. No 10-year-old's going to go on there and go, all right, well, there we go then. I've just spent £500 of my mother's money. Now I'm going to deactivate my account so my mother doesn't know.
And this is no offence to Brett, but it wouldn't appear to me that Brett has content which would appear to the younger audience. Do you know what I mean? Do you get what I'm saying, guys? It's not like, Brett's, we know Brett. Do you get what I'm saying? He wouldn't have that appeal to it, to the younger audience.
No.
So.
And not only that, with the recharging thing, which obviously you've covered already, you would have to provide ID and a proof of address in order for the recharge to be available again, which obviously takes like a day or two for them to verify. So it's definitely had an adult ID on there. And I think the reason why the account is gone is because we've all got contacts, like I've got contacts, like work for TikTok, because I'm in the TikTok agency. Like people can check, who made them accounts. And that's why I think it's gone.
Okay, darling. Right, should we get people in the boxes so they can have their opinions on this?
Oh, where's Simon today?
You leave Simon alone.
I sent you all the I love yous earlier, but can you tell Simon they were meant for him and not for you?
No, I will not.
So when you cash out later, will you spend them all on Simon?
No.
Please.
Simon, ignore Corey.
Simon, I need to booyaka roots.
Out, Corey. Guys, if you want to join the boxes, guys, to have your say on this situation, do you feel sorry for Brett? Do you believe he's been set up? Do you think Brett is always trying it with Simon? Do you think that Brett should have, blocked the account? Do you think the mods would have? What do you think, guys? This is your time to get in the box and have your say on the situation. But I just want to say, I don't believe that Brett is in any way a predator. I don't think that. I just believe it was money over morals. So if you think he was innocent, please get in the box and have your say. But my box power's broke. What do you mean, MT? You got all your powers, darling? Right, there you go. Mods, you can accept people in the boxes now. So if you think he's innocent, get in the box. If you think he's out of order, get in the box.
Good morning, Miss Red. You're looking absolutely beautiful as always.
Oh, thank you, darling.
As a mum of 5 myself, I can honestly say none of my kids when they were 10-year-old had a bank account with even £1 in, let alone £500. Now, I'm a bit dubious about this. Personally, yes, I do think he was set up, and in my head it's either M's or EQ, because I think both of them manipulate enough for it to be either or. But I also totally agree with what you're saying. He should have shut it down straight away as soon as the first person said, that's a child. There was enough people in that room for someone to say, we think this is a child, this needs to be sorted, blah, blah, blah. But I also think that it's a reminder for every other live creator that, this could happen to them too.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? So I think it's a huge learning curve for everybody. And I think Brett was targeted because he's like he just come across as the most lame, boring one on the app, doesn't he? Do you know what I mean? So I do think he was used for that reason. And who is Alice? Has anybody ever seen this Alice? So I think there's a big, huge can of worms that is now being opened up, and you know, we just got to wait and see, haven't we? So yeah, I don't think he's totally honest, but I don't think he's a pred either. I really don't.
Absolutely not. Thank you, Sharon. Definitely.
You're very welcome. Thank you. Have a nice day,
Thank you,
everybody.
Sharon.
Bye bye.
Bye, darling. Hi, Kylie.
Hiya.
Hello.
Yeah. I think it's been a setup. Because just going on, sorry, one second. Just going on the fact that I've got a 13-year-old who, in her face, looks under 13. You would look at her and go, maybe she's 10, maybe 9, maybe a bit older, but not old enough. She's got a TikTok account because she can be on the app, the age thing. And the amount of times I have had to go through and prove her age, verify her age with photos of me and her birth certificate and her passport and this and that and the other, because they constantly say she looks underage. If they said that there's loads of videos of children on there, that would have been flagged up by TikTok and shut down, unless it had all been created, uploaded and done within a few hours, maybe a day or two.
Yeah.
So I think it's been created on purpose to do this gift, but I also think it's so that this scandal can happen, because like the last lady said, Brett is a bit boring. He doesn't bring no content to the app, and he wanted a bit of scandal to get some drama, really, and get his name out there.
What, you believe Brett has set this up?
Yeah.
See, I can't see that, Kylie. Let me tell you why. Because when children and TikTok's involved, people, it's one of the worst. I can't see it, darling, because it's because of children, the gifting and things like that. I don't think Brett would have wanted this on his name. I don't believe Brett had any. What is going on with the boxes? Where did Kylie go? Do you believe that Brett is involved in this, guys? Absolutely not. Brett ain't cut out for it.
There's Kylie back.
Okay.
Sorry, just a quick. We're not booting people. The boxes are going scatty. We can't accept people in the boxes. It says request parameters error. And then when we put people in, they keep on going. So you're not being kicked. It's not us. It's the actual boxes itself.
Will you take a screenshot, MT, the next time it happens?
Of course I will.
Thank you, darling.
Go ahead.
Thank you, love. Thank you. Go on, Kylie.
I just think that it's been planned for drama. Maybe not by Brett, but by somebody. It's been maybe somebody wanting to take him down. Maybe somebody who thinks, he said to somebody, I need a bit of drama, and they've gone, well, this will work. Do you know, just a bit of scandal, something like that. I don't know. But I do think it's all a setup, and I don't think that Brett is the type of person that he's going to go out and purposely take money from kids. I think he's just got himself caught up in a bit of a difficult situation.
So what do you feel, Kylie, about the fact that he was actually aware that it potentially could have been a child?
No, that's wrong. That's wrong. As soon as the second that there was a mention that was possibly a child, he should have absolutely shut it down. I think he's wrong for that, and I think his mods are wrong for that. Absolutely. I'm a mod in a couple of groups, and I've seen it before that there's been children in there, and I'm like, look, sorry, you're not old enough to be in the app. This isn't to be nasty, but this is to safeguard you and everyone in the room. I'm gonna have to block you.
Yeah. Can I just pick up on that, please?
Yeah, of course you can.
So I've got a page, and it's all for predator awareness. And that's my point. I think people are missing the point that anyone that sees a child that says that they're that age in a live should be going to that profile and reporting that profile. Their main concern should be for the safeguarding of that child.
Yeah, I agree. And this is my whole problem with the situation. Yeah. I agree.
We know there's a lot of money over morals on this, but if you see a child, even if you can't prove that that's a child, if you suspect that is a child in any way, shape or form, you should be going to that profile and reporting that profile. That child should be removed from that live. regardless. You know, it's just what they don't realise as well is a child being on a live like that. It's not the fact that, you know, she was spending the money she was spending. She is also in a position to be for others, other wrong'uns to access them, to message them, to exploit them.
Yeah.
You know, so I would say that if anyone is in a live, or if you're scrolling through the FYP and you see posts and the posts of children that are clearly too young to be on the app, report that post, because we can never be too careful. And I also want to pick up on, I don't know whether anyone else has seen the post today that the evil one has put out, the AI posts.
I don't really want to speak about early awareness. Sorry, darling.
Right. Well, I just want to pinpoint AI. That was my the main point I wanted to put across. People need to realise that when they are putting their children, photographs of their children out, the posts that I've seen today are so real. So there's a post of Brett sat next on a sofa, sat next to what is made out to be this 10-year-old child, and she's got money in her hand and it looks so real. And this is what they can do with AI now. And so all they need is a photograph of your child's face, and that could be put on videos of the worst thing that you could ever imagine. So people need to be aware that we really, really need to start protecting our children better. You know, we need to do better by the children.
I think creators also, you know, need to learn better as well, and, you know,
100%. You know, I've put a post out earlier on one laughing about it, saying, you know, that these profiles, it's not a 10-year-old child. If they want to send me balloons, they can send me balloons. It's not funny.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Elite Awareness.
You are very welcome, darling, and thank you for having me up.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Take care, lovely.
Bye, darling.
Bye.
Kylie, thank you for joining, darling. Right, who's next? Hello, who wants to go next?
Hi, Miss Reid. Good morning.
Hello, Connie. Good morning.
Just a couple of things that I did pick up on. Now, one, he says he's looking at the rankings, right? But I mean, normally when anybody else looks at the rankings, you can normally see their body move, you know, but you don't see any of that. So, and then he also said in a comment to someone, no one is even meant to know that. Know what? Do you know what I'm saying? It's a wee bit, I don't know, it's a wee bit suspicious.
Did he have a second device in his hand?
Well, if he did, it didn't look as if he was even looking at it, because it looked as if he was just looking at the device that he was on. So that's why I'm a bit confused about that.
Me too, because I didn't see a second device. And like I say, usually, like if I'm checking rankings now, you're seeing movement, right? Mm-hmm. You see, I can't.
This is what I'm saying. There was no movement. See, even if you move your hand, like another part of your body will move with that.
Yeah.
I mean, it just doesn't add up. And I'll tell you, I don't go live, I don't do boxes or anything like that. But see, if I did and someone said to me, even as a joke in my comments, I'm only 10 or I'm only 16, I would be like, well, I'm sorry. I would have just shut my mouth if I was you, because now you're away.
Exactly that. Even when people have joined the boxes and they don't sound of age, they're booted straight away. Because, like I say, we all have a duty of care as adults on TikTok to make sure that children are safeguarded. No matter who you are, how big you are, we all have that duty.
I don't know any child that has £500, and I'll tell you, see, if it has definitely been a child and they've been on their mother's account, well, it's their mother's own fault for giving them that access to a device that's got access to bank details.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? But if I was him, I would still try and find out who it was. I would still want to speak to the mother, but I think he should just have blocked it. Even if it was just a kid-on comment, you know, just a troll comment, you would still just block that, even saying that. It's a bad look when you don't.
It's certainly a lesson learned, absolutely.
Yeah, it's either a lesson or a blessing, and it's certainly, It's
Yeah.
certainly not a blessing to him. Maybe in his pocket, but definitely not in the app. But anyway, the Old Firm game's on, Celtic and Rangers, so I'm away to watch it. Thank you for letting me in your box.
Thank you, Bonnie. Thank you for joining.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Hi, Paula.
Miss Red, I've just got a question for you.
Go on, darling.
I've noticed that you've given your hair a revive. Is that after seeing how much better Evil Queen looked in the wig?
Hello, Maggie. Can you just say that again?
Yeah, so I've noticed that you've dyed your hair again. Is that because Evil Queen?
Out. Right, who's next? Bye, darling. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. Hello, Paula.
Miss Red, sorry, but I don't know who that was, but it was out of order anyway. And yes, we've just proved that you're the queen of TikTok. All I have to say for that. Now, I have a couple of things to say. I've seen it on this app many a time, and I always watch the hunting teams, and we've had a few problems. So with our old agency, I'm not going to mention any names, but we have went to one of the hunting teams in the past, and I went to the hunting teams and said,
Paula,
look,
darling, can we keep it to the situation that's going
Yes.
on?
And I'm coming here, right? So I've said to them, look, such and such is in a box. The kids in these boxes, right? That is out of order. Now, we've went live a few times ourselves, and we've had people in the boxes, and they've come in and they're a child, bang, straight away, out, blocked. That's it. I don't care if it was a setup or not. People was telling Brett that was a child. He should have blocked that child straight away, no matter if it was a setup or it wasn't a setup.
I agree, Paula. I agree, 100%.
I am not in no means saying that Brett is this, that and the other, but there is a lot of wrong people on this app, and, protect the kids. Just, if you think there's a kid in your chat or comes into the box, get them out and block them straight away.
Yeah, absolutely. And every creator live streamer, every person that follows.
Even if I'm live myself or I'm a mod for somebody, I would actually go through the views and I would check a lot of profiles out, and I would come in and say, right, I blocked that person because it's a child. I believe it's a child.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely, Paula. Thank you for joining, my darling.
Thank
You're
you,
absolutely
Miss
bang on the money. Thank you, love. Bye. Hi, Donna.
Good morning, Miss Red. Morning, everybody. In my opinion, it was definitely a setup. The reason I think it was a setup, and it doesn't necessarily have had to have been Brett, it was anybody who was significantly gifted by Alice to discredit that person so Alice wouldn't gift them anymore. I think that was the reason behind it, not because it was Brett. I think if you'd have been heavily gifted by Alice, the same would have happened to you. I think it's about who was gifting Brett historically for the purpose of discrediting that person to stop Alice gifting.
Well, again, that's your opinion. You're entitled to speculate that. A lot of people are agreeing with you. But unfortunately, Brett fell for the bait, so.
I agree. Brett fell for it, and yes, Brett should have noticed, and yes, his mods should have got in touch with him a lot quicker than they did. But I do think that's the reason why it happened, and unfortunately, Brett fell for it.
Exactly.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, my darling. Thank you, Donna.
Yes, bye-bye.
Donna, you had a lot of people agreeing with you there in the comments. Like I say, I'm not going to sit here and say who I think it was because I ain't got a clue, but whatever you guys think is how you're thinking. Hi, Emma.
Morning, Miss Red.
Morning, Donna.
I definitely do think it was set up, but I think to reference it to Luke Littler, who is 17, probably turning 18, and a very, very professional darts player with all his own money, and I'm sure he wouldn't be gifting people if he couldn't. The mind of a 10-year-old to the mind of a 17 to 18-year-old is very, very, very different. So there's no way, I don't think he should have been accepting any sort of gifts from any 10-year-old. And I'm sure I heard him say that she came in a level 24. Well, the minute she would have sent him quite a big gift, she would have definitely leveled up. So I really don't think she would have come in on a level 24 gift.
Right, okay. Does anybody know what
She did. It's on the screen recording. She did come in on level 24.
Oh, okay. There you go, Emma. She was already on a 24. Did the gifting badge go up? Hello, Pearl.
Yeah, it went up in the third screen recording.
Oh, did it?
Well, I just think to reference Luke Little was an excuse to get out of it, maybe, because to go for somebody that's quite in the limelight with a lot of money, and I just think the minds are totally different.
I think that the reason Luke was referenced is because obviously, Mods, can you get onto the comments, please?
The chat was saying prior that it was a child. That's why he was referencing that Luke kid.
Yeah, exactly. That's why Lewis was referenced, because...
Exactly, and that's all I've come up to say just for 2 minutes. Everybody's giving Brett a free pass here. Let's get it real. Whether everybody's saying what they were saying, that was still a child's profile. You clicked onto it, was photos of a child. He knew what gifting badge she was, and he took that money. Honestly, what an absolute piece of work. And if that was anybody else on this app, you'd be ripped in you. And so I'm just going to say it like it is. Never mind about all this setups. Brett didn't know this. Brett knew right from the start. He sat there looking at the comments. He knew what he was doing, and it didn't matter how old he was, as long as he was getting that money. And I'm sorry, that's my
Can I
opinion.
say, though, Pearl, in Brett's defence, you can only see a profile picture, so it's not like you can click on the profile when you want to
He was
like.
sat there for 15 minutes looking at that, and don't tell me he never clicked onto her profile. And
You can't when you're on live.
well, whichever way, it was still a child. He was told. People in the comments were asking her how old she was. She said 10, then she even put 10.5. Corey, behave. If this was you, if it was Donna, if it was anybody else, they'd be ripped in you. And listen, he's done it. He's took that money, and he's still come up with an excuse if the people proves it's herself. Listen, he was all about the money, and he didn't care if it was a 2-year-old or a 40-year-old. That's my opinion on it. He's wrong. And if it was anybody else, well, the app would be in an uproar. That's all that I'm saying. Anyway, Babbies, thank you for letting me up. I'm going to jump down and listen, and have a lovely day.
You too, my pal.
Bye, me Babbies.
Bye, darling.
And before I jump down, I definitely don't think he had a second device, because you'd have seen him looking downwards and not upwards.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I asked, because I didn't see him looking down.
You can't see him looking down. You can't see his finger touching the screen. You can just see him looking directly at the screen. So I don't know what he was looking at, but
yeah, someone
Thank
just
you
really
anyway,
asked
Miss
me
Red.
to do that. Thank you, Emma, my darling, for joining. Thank you very much. Well, Corey, darling, it's just me and you.
Well, I know, but I've only come back to ask, is Simon busy today, or...?
Corey,
Yeah?
stop trying to flirt and get it on the side.
Right, but I booked a dinner. I'll just take him out for an hour or two. I'll blow his fucking socks off, darling.
Simon, are you there? Corey wants to take you out on a date. He said, yeah, right. Out, Corey! Out! Guys, honestly, it's terrible. Corey, Simon's taking me out for dinner at after. Oh, he's back.
Is he there? Simon, can you hear me?
Simon, can you hear him? Yeah.
Hello, handsome man. Are you busy today? I booked us in for a table.
Yes, I'm taking the wife out.
Huh?
He said he's taking the wife out.
Oh, what a waste of time.
No, it's not a waste of time, Corey. Well,
Simon, you don't need to buy me a Chinese. I'll give out any time you want, darling.
Out!
Okay, sorry.
Sorry about that, Simon. At this rate, you're going to be getting, what is it on him? What do you get when someone's stalking and harassing you? Because he just don't leave you alone, does he? He doesn't. Oh, hello, an injunction, that's it. The husband would be filing for an injunction, restraining order of some Corey Wild. Right, guys. Thank you, everybody, for joining today. I'd like to get more people in the boxes, but we are going out for dinner. We've got to be out for 12:15. We opened the boxes again. Yes, I loved it. Thank you, Zia, darling. That is Alice Airways again. Thank you, Zia, my love. Thank you. We've done amazing today, guys. Thank you, everybody, for joining. And I've had a lovely day. I hope you've had a lovely day too. Boxes are open again. Also, as well, I just want to say, for these cheeky people that sat on live sending people over to join the boxes, there is somebody sat in the live and seeing who's coming over from your way. So I just want to say everybody's on it. Right, guys, I love you all. Have a lovely Sunday and we'll see what we wake up to tomorrow, what drama we've got tomorrow. Absolutely. Big up to Linz. Thank you, Linz. Voltori, my darling. Zia, Lauren, Corey Wilds, Hayley Motivate, Sabrina Tams, Laura Lexi, Dames Martha Vince, Chris, Little Bo Beep, Aaliyah, Len, Cockapoo, Lee, Stitch Bitch, DD, Smiley Clips, and everybody else. Must really try that. Moderators, thank you for looking after the room as well. I just want to say that because without you in here looking after the room, it wouldn't be the amazing room that it is, would it? Big up to the moderators, everybody that sent a heart me and everything else. Thank you. Elisa is live doing it. Guys, can everybody please, whatever you're doing right about now, go over to Alicia's live and join Alicia, send her a heart me, spam the chat with red hearts and go over and support Alicia, please, for her FYP, because Alicia does an amazing FYP. It's pretty much like this one, you know, it's chaotic and funny. So please, everybody, go over to Alicia and show her some support. Thank you, everybody. I'll see you soon. I'm going to head over to Alicia's now and see if you're all in there. Bye, guys. Bye.